Good day, and welcome to Coffee with the Tigg. I am your host, the Tigg. This is volume number 82 for October 7th, 2018. Today's topic of this choices will be mostly NASCAR Racing 2003 season. We will also cover some real world racing, some other sims, but the main focus of the show will be NASCAR Racing 2003 season. To start the show off with, I will talk about saying hello world. Unscripted, totally gone bupkis bub wire already, and I'm 2 minutes into the show, 1 minute into the show. Anyway, we'll get rid of this thing right now. And of course, when I come back, that is what's actually on my desktop. I will actually now turn on a Discord, get into the general chat. So anybody who is wanting to join may join in. Okay, so I'm unorganized, so just bear with me. This, of course, is the Tigg's Facebook page. We're going to discuss some of the stuff I posted over the last week on here. That's annoying. I'm turning that off. I have the thing playing over here. I'm turning it off. It's annoying because I keep seeing it out the corner of my eye. So I'm going to turn that off. And I'm probably going to go down to lose a viewer because of it, but no big deal. Anyway, for those of you who have not seen the new intro to the YouTube channel, there's a new intro to the YouTube channel. I'm quite pleased with it. I like the way it turned out. So there's that. I just updated my photo. Don't ask me why I waited so long. Yeah, time to wake up. Okay. This was a joke for me because I see it in some of the pictures, the real world Formula E car, some of the angles they take of it. It really looks like the Batmobile from the 1960s television series. No, it's just a joke. For R-Factor 2, there's an update to the BMW E90 WTC cars. If you're automatically subscribed, if you subscribe, it automatically updates every time you boot it up. So there you go. Another pimp for this page. Liskey's Watkins Glen for Assetto Corsa. Beautiful, beautiful track maker. Makes I cannot read that. Stupid. You need stronger coffee, Bubba. I never need any stronger coffee. I actually need to make that bigger so I can freaking read that. Again, this is everything's a work in progress. I'm still trying to figure out a ton of things, and I thought I had this figured out already. I think I wanted it large. There we go. And then chat size is also large. I had to reset it because it was all messed up the other day, so there you go. That's that. I do everything seat of the pants. If you've never watched any of the tape ones or watched me live, I do everything seat of the pants. I never really have a game plan. I like being seat of the pants. That way you can see the full reality of what goes on here in my little world. I shared the thing for Born Racers, a documentary on Amazon. Now, of course, there's the big news right there. There is for anybody who paints, I have a contest going over at Stanad. If you're not a member, you'd have to sign up for an official Coffee with the Tigg NR2K car with your own made-up logo. There's a file of stuff that you kind of have to put on, but not all of it on. You have to use the number that's in there, and my signature's in there. My B Tiggs are in there. But as you can plainly see, the mods will be announced in this thread. You have 7 days to submit. Not this week, because this week you're supposed to, if you come up with a logo, I'm getting a couple extra days. This actually doesn't have to be until the 13th if you're a painter. I'd say where I got all my decals, sharing my use your imagination, come up with something unique. I like something unique. It's something different. If it looks like I don't want it to look like my Bass Out cars or one used by the NASCAR team. And then here's the no official logo for the Coffee with the Tigg. So if you come up with something cool, unique, I will use it instead of my little Tigger face that I use, the king thing that I use on everything. I will actually start using that as my avatar everywhere I go. So that way people know, and you know, of course I'll give credit to whoever made it. It'll be actually, this will be 1 week. Of course, you have a week to get the scheme in. That's the 13th of this month, because hopefully you come up with a new cool logo, and then there'll be a week for voting, and then whoever wins will be used in the live streams whenever I live stream that particular mod in NASCAR 2003. That is the car that will be driven, not my Bass Out car, unless I don't have had a contest for that particular mod yet. That mod will get featured. That car will get featured when that mod gets ran. I will show it off before the races. And speaking of online racing, weather's been crappy here. It's crappy here today. I don't know how great the stream is today. All week long it's been overcast and cloudy. Internet's been in and out. I have satellite, so you know it makes it a little bit more difficult to do stuff when you have satellite. So that's there. We actually do have a couple of entries already for this contest. You gotta get past some of the questions here. This one, I really like the direction he was going with this, but I really like to see a unique logo on the hood. I mean, I love the car. It's about what I was hoping somebody would do. Something a little different. Something you normally wouldn't see on the NASCAR track. It's just that you know, the logo on the hood. I was really hoping for a unique logo. And then that was from one tough customer. He does say later on he's got a logo somewhere, but this is from Garrett 1127. It's clean. It's a clean looking car. I like the fact that it's on the Pontiac Firebird, which would make it unique on the track because now there won't be any others on the track. So that was what makes it unique. And there's a double car picture of that. I have gotten one of the guys has sent me a preview of a logo he's working on. I won't share that until he's done because it was just a rough doing. But that was pretty cool too. Jeb Brown, that's the one who sent it to me. This is the logo that One Tough Customer has come up with. And then this is Joe Pa Joe. He's a longtime NASCAR sim racing painter, and this is what he's coming up with so far. And it's cool. It's definitely not something you actually see on the track. He's used a lot of the decals that I've sent along also, and he's come up with his own logo, which is really cool. So there you go. We got that going. That's the 3 entries so far. I'm hoping to see more. But before the 13th, I know High Bank Bill is going to do one. I just hope he gets it to me before the deadline. Yeah, see here, probably won't be live streaming. I feel shitty about it because I really want to do live streaming. I really, really do. I just, you know, it's either real world things getting in the way or weather's getting in the way. Like it's pretty cloudy out. I actually have a little light bulb in my spotlight that blew out a couple weeks ago. I finally figured out where to get that light bulb at and got it in there. New mods for a set of Corsa. We're just going to discuss this. I'm just going to go on and on and on. But I already need a cigarette. It's real world stuff. Comparisons between the 2018 and 2000. I like this. If you go to my page and watch this, I don't know where else I've seen it, but this is Darrell Waltrip, probably from about 10 years ago, in the passenger seat of a Aussie Super V8 car. It's hysterical. It's really funny as hell. You have to watch it. It's funny. This I have yet to actually watch myself, but supposedly it's the most in-depth breakdown of Sonoma, Sears Point, whatever you want to call it, racetrack. And of course, here's more Linsky stuff. He's a phenomenal track builder for the other sims. If you have R Factor 2, Assetto Corsa, you have to have his tracks. There's no two ways about it. Those are beautiful. And of course, the Yankee Candle that smells like gas and burnt oil. I don't think they actually make this anymore. I know this was out a few years ago, like 10. So I don't actually know if it's actually still available from them. I have not actually looked. I got crap on my glasses. Tom Howell, aka Garrett1127, did a little video of the GTP mod at the new Charlotte Roval. Even though they haven't set it up for that particular mod, it actually runs pretty nicely and looks pretty good. The Charlotte Roval really looks good. The sim version in NR2K, they did the Action Pack Tracks did a phenomenal job on that track. I think that they're real close to having a fully legit release, hopefully soon. Gotta get that off because it's driving me nuts. Yeah, there I can see again. So hopefully that they get that done soon, so we actually have a raceable track. Because I actually would like to try to do some practice with the AI and actually run a race. Right now they have. I'm thinking where they're having the problem is because of pacing. Under pace, the AI wreck a lot. Especially to this front chicane that you see in the picture here. I'm hoping they've worked that out. I don't think they're going to be able to do what they did in real world, where having them bypass the chicane. I don't think NR2K is sophisticated enough for that to take place, and I'm hoping they can figure that out. If not, then it's going to be coming to the green flag is going to be the wreck fest that it always is. What's going through a chicane like that. NASCAR fun facts: they're releasing a lot of GTA mod. Converting a lot of stuff from GTA 4 to NASCAR Racing 2003. Some of these cars I actually wouldn't mind seeing in the actual sim. The green car there, the lime green one on the bottom, and the 46 car. I like those little rice burners, as they like to call them. R Factor 2 September roadmap came out. Yeah. I hope that it does come out good. The thing about the new Sims, though, for even though my computer is not but 2 years old, according to a site called Can You Run It, my computer cannot run Project Cars 2 or Assetto Corsa Competition. I'm hoping that when this comes out, my computer will be able to run it. I really don't have right now I don't have the resources to buy a new computer, unfortunately. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I've been doing some talk. Yeah, that's about the week. Then that's last week's advertisement for Coffee with the Tigg. So that's basically what I've done with that. I can run R Factor 2 fine on this computer. In fact, you've seen I've done live runs with it on YouTube on this here YouTube channel. Speaking of running stuff live on YouTube, I fixed, or Windows or somebody or the video card fixed. I will actually be able to stream a little Grand Prix Legends when the mood strikes, when I want to do something a little bit off the wall and different on the stream. I've got that available to me. I'm still trying to figure out why the the OBS streamer program will only stream for 30 seconds, shut down for like a minute and a half, stream for another 30 seconds, shut down for a minute and a half, stream for, I don't know if it's because of my internet, because of the satellite. I'm 99% sure it's not my computer, because I can do this. I can do single streaming perfectly fine. So I don't really know why that's doing it. I've really spent a lot of time investigating it. I've been doing a lot of driving. I've got a few ideas for some live streams as soon as the weather clears up a little bit. Some short track, some mods that we don't normally see in sims that on sim racing feeds. The less popular ones, even though they're great mods, and blah, blah, blah. And well, they just need to be taught. They need to be showed up a little bit. I actually plan on doing Tuesday. Hopefully I can do it Tuesday. Doing some dirt and NASCAR Racing 2003 dirt tracks. Oh, that's good. That's really good. You can get on the Discord if you want. I mean, the link's down below. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's an open thing on the with the coffee with the Tiggs. I don't actually mind lively discussions. So that's that. No, I lost my train of thought. This is actually a DX. This computer is actually running DX12, but it won't because of whatever's going on with Project Card 2 and a set of Corsa Competition Zone. The amount of, and that's a 2 gig video card. This machine does. It's not enough. And they're actually asking for 4 gig in their video card requirements, which I think is a little over the top for me anyway. I guess I could update the video card maybe further down the line if more and more sims go that direction. Right now, my main focus is a 15-year-old game called NASCAR Racing 2003 season. This computer runs it fine. So, pardon me. It's not marijuana, it's just cigarillas or cigars. That's it. I don't smoke marijuana on here. I don't even smoke it anymore anyway, period. But anyway, these guys that usually come in on Sunday morning aren't here. So, okay, the one thing I'm going to put up probably later today on the Tigg Facebook page is what unusual or different mods you actually like to see live stream. I'm actually already planning to do the super sprints. As soon as I remember or find out who made that again, I have to rewrite that down. I have to write down a lot of this information. Yeah, everybody's had enough. I never have enough coffee. I think that's what keeps me going. But any hooser, I got that from some. Oh yeah, that's from. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'm not too concerned about running a set of Corsa Competition Zone right now because it's just, to me, it's basically you got one car and one track. I'm not overly thrilled about that because I have actually got that car and that track in a set of Corsa. So I'm going to be focusing more on the NASCAR or stock car racing, and Project Cars 1 has no ovals, so I'll only be doing Watkins Glen and Sears Point there, or Sonoma. Can't remember if Sonoma's in Project Cars. Geez, I lost my train of thought already again. Oh yeah, about mods I'm going to start doing here online. The next actual big purchase I'm going to make is not a video card. It's actually I'm going to try to get a better wheel. The Momo, she's a great wheel. Nothing wrong with her. But she is 10 years old. And she's starting to get a little worn out, a lot of loose. She makes a lot of noise. If you watch my streams, she makes a lot of noise. I really don't want to take her apart and try to clean all that gunk out of the bushings and stuff, because I might wind up messing it up. And then my reserve wheel is even older. It's almost 12 years old. It is a Sidewinder, a Microsoft Sidewinder, and it actually is a smaller wheel diameter, and I don't like it as much. Plus, there's no, well, I lost a nut to that years ago moving it. There's no shifter. It's just all paddle shifters, and of course the force feedback does not I talked about that in another show about the force feedback not being able to be adjusted. Anywho, I'm going to do super sprints. I'm going to find out who made it. I have to remember who made that super sprint mod. I know it's quite old. It's a nice mod. It's for NR2K. It doesn't have the NR2K does not have the actual dirt physics. It's an oval track race, so you have to drive it more like CSW Thompson. Those aren't made that far from here. It's like less than 100 miles away from here that those are actually made from where I'm sitting. So that Thompson's always a good deal. I don't know how they react to the newer sims. That's the thing. I do know that the newer sims run, that like the 929. That's what I'm thinking about, or the or a Thrustmaster wheel, one of those two. Thompsons are great, of course, but they are. They were the wheel 10, 15 years ago. Everybody was doing the Thompson. Now it doesn't seem like anybody talks about the Thompson anymore, which is sad because they're still around. And I was just on their catalog page not that long ago, and about 4 years ago I was on their catalog page. I don't like going to their catalog page because then it just makes me drool. They used to have sim rigs. Now they don't have those anymore. It's just the pedals and the wheels that they have now, and shifters and button boxes. John Norton, Wild Customs and Cars, he's updated the CMB Raceway day-night version. So there you go. If you have that, go and get the updated version. He looks like he's fixed issues with the stop and go flag at the end of pit road. Download it to fix it this week. Steve Rubino, everybody who knows another great league out there. That's HoboRacing.net. So that's that's who he is. Anyway, but CNB Raceway day night has been fixed. John Norton fixed that. Thank you, John. One of these days I'm going to get you on the show. One of these days. I keep meaning to talk to you about it, but I never get around to it because other things pop up. There's that. I can't remember. Where was I at? Where was I at? I cannot remember. Oh yeah, streaming. What I'm going to try to be streaming this week is, like I said, the super sprints at John Norton's. Pouring me some coffee out of my little mug here, my thermos mug, so I don't have to leave the room. And now I'm dripping, just spilling coffee all over the place. Anywho, yeah, most of the shows that I'll be doing will be less than an hour, around an hour and a half too. So 90-minute mark. No 2-hour marathons at that point. But I'm going to try to also do the SST truck mod. I have one track for that. It's pretty nice. I thought John had made one. Of course, that may be John's track that I have. We'll maybe have a little fun with the SST trucks, which is a stadium, the trucks that jump. Kind of fun to drive. Just figuring out how to actually compete with the AI, with the setups that are in the mod. And I only have a half-complete painted truck for that too, so. I start a paint scheme, start a paint job, and never finish it. So that may be the next coffee with the Tigg contest, painting contest. Something different. Something not the usual NASCAR stuff. Definitely be more of the NASCAR Racing 2003. I've also been taking out the old NSS mod that I had spent 2 or 3 years with way back in 2007, 8, 9. with Freedom Motorsports, my old league, which is defunct. Took over the mod, but they're now defunct. Taking that out in R Factor 1, getting reacquainted with that old friend, and then also been taking out the the Monster Energy Cup Series 2018 mod for R Factor 2 on some of the tracks. Figuring out the right car combination for some of these tracks is a little bit daunting. It's like I was trying to do Dover, and I could never figure out the right combination of car and track to keep up with the, have put down a decent 23, high 23 second, low 20, anywhere in a 23 second lap. I couldn't figure it out, the right combination, and then of course I got distracted by real life while I was doing that. Yeah, whenever I'm practicing something, trying to figure something out, something always comes up. So I try to spend a couple hours a day. I do have another interview for that job I interviewed with last week on Monday, so hopefully that comes through, and that'll take a lot of pressure off of me for everything else, and I can focus on this a little bit more. I'd love to focus on this a lot more than what I do. I always seem to have great plans, but can never figure out how to get them done. Of course, some people say that I lack focus. Well, no, it's not that I lack focus. I ADD, HD, whatever the fuck you want to call that shit. Been that way my whole life. They didn't have pills back when I was a kid, and I refuse to take pills now. So there you go. Something else I learned about the Tigg. The Tigg's dogs are roaming around in the background. I think that's Jar Jar. Yeah, that's Jar Jar. He's my rat terrier. He's back there roaming around. I don't know what he's doing, but that's what he's doing. He's roaming around. My only boy dog, too. What are you doing, Jar Jar? Keep walking around back there. And now he's right here next to me. And then he walked away again. Anyway, always have a guest on the show. Whether it be human or canine, there's always a guest on this show. They're a permanent guest, of course, because they live here with me. They don't say very much. Too busy talking, not busy smoking. Oh yeah, so that's about oh shit, that's 27 minutes. I thought I had a hell of a lot more to talk about. Of course, I did ramble on a lot. But any painters out there, go over to Stanad. If you're not a member over there, the templates, if you've never painted for NR2K before, the templates are relatively easy. I did look at the templates for the Assetto Corsa NASCAR mod, and it is beyond scary. It really is. It really is beyond scary, that template over there for that for the Assetto Corsa mod. And I've tried to drive it, but the speeds are not realistic for NASCAR. They are for GT cars, but not for NASCAR type stock cars. They're extraordinarily fast. Without the draft at Daytona, the cars were hitting 212 miles an hour. Too fast for NASCAR. Now, unrestricted NASCAR, yeah, that's perfect. But for reality's sake, the way I like to try to keep things as close as reality as possible, they are extraordinarily too fast. I've not taken them anywhere else. I only think I have like one or two other tracks. I did just download Dover, but I haven't really tested it to see how fast it is. Excuse me. I've had a touch of heartburn the past couple of days. Been drinking a little milk. Anyway, so I need to quit. Seriously. That's that. Anyway, So I will be streaming mostly NASCAR Racing 2003, thrown in with a little R Factors 1 and 2. And maybe if I can figure out how to get the set of course to be more realistic, I will also do that. Like I said, the Project Cars only has, as far as I know, only Watkins Glen in it for NASCAR affiliated track. So I will be doing mostly NASCAR affiliated track unless I do fantasies. I'm also going to try to do some open wheels for that last open wheel mod that came out in NASCAR 2003, which unfortunately got forgotten about by NASCAR Fun Facts. It's actually a beautiful mod. It's beautifully done. The cars are great. It has the two configurations, the road course and the speedway. But those kind of came out. Everybody made a big hoopla about them, and then poof, forgot about them. What's that about medical weed? Yeah, I don't smoke weed anymore. I got down to the butt. That was the problem. But I still need to quit. Yeah, I'm gonna do some of that. I might do some of that. I really want to do my local tracks, and like I said, I'm going to do the. Hopefully on Tuesday I'll be able to do the Super Sprint mod at. I'm going to do it at John Norton's Knoxville. It's a beautiful track. He did a beautiful job with it. I love running that mod on that track. I can run it on any track, of course, but that particular, I guess because I've been there personally myself several times over the last 15 years. I like running that track, and it's of course my closest local dirt track that is in any sim. There are some that are closer. I have one like 15 miles away, but it's not in any sim. So the closest local track I have, dirt-wise, is Knoxville. And of course, I may do open wheels, the latest open wheel mod at Iowa. That's my closest paved track that's in the sim. I think it's close. I think that is the closest, even though we have Hawkeye Downs. I think this is closer. Hawkeye Downs is actually closer to where the Thompson Super Wheel's made. And Amosa, I think that's the name of the town. I think, and that's just like a stone's throw from Cedar Rapids, where Hawkeye Downs is. Like 15-20 miles. In Iowa, that's a stone's throw. Anywhere else in the world, that's a day trip, but that's just a stone's throw. For me to drive anywhere, I could actually drive if I actually got us Thompson, I can actually drive over there and pick it up. Driving 100 miles is nothing for me. Well, it'd be a 200-mile round trip, but we would probably stop at Cedar Rapids and get some food that you don't get here in Marshalltown, which is the next closest biggest town to me, because my town of Melbourne is only like 500 people, and there's nothing here. Literally, there's a convenience store and a bar. Always have one bar in every town in Iowa, and we have one bar, at least one bar, and we have one bar. Actually, it's kind of world famous, they say, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress again. I'm always digressing. Ain't nobody here but me. Oh well. So let's get back on track where I was 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago. The painting we're actually doing. I said we're doing the. I forgot to say this earlier when I was mentioning it, but we're doing the Splash and Go's Mecha 2018 mod. The link's there on Stanad. Submission deadline is Friday, October 13th, which is the day everybody fears the most, even though it's just another day of the year. There's actually nothing horrific about that particular day unless you're a Templar Knight. That's actually why it's bad luck. Look it up. It's all there on the internet why the 13th is a bad day on Friday. Anyway, again, with the digression, asked about the hat. Nobody's asked, usually do, but today nobody has. This is the Aaron's hat with the 55 on the side, and Martin. Well, there's 55 on that side, and Mark Martin's signature on that side. That is his last official ride in NASCAR. So that's that hat. I wore it until he retired, and then I hung it up after that. But like I said, every broadcast is going to have some kind of NASCAR powder. I'm going to be wearing something from NASCAR right there. Today it's this particular hat. There's one hat I won't wear. It's an autographed one from David Rudiman and a 00 Aaron Carr. Yeah, I used to be a fan of Michael Waltrip's till he went off the deep end after his wife left him. As you can see on some of this stuff behind me, I don't know if you can actually see it, but there's a lot of Michael Waltrip stuff up there from when I used to collect his stuff. But he went off the deep end right before he quit being a team owner. So, whatever. My t-shirt, I think I've worn this before, but what the hell. I'll show you a cleverly disguised a responsible adult. That's basically the Tigg in a nutshell. I will act responsible when I have to do, but most of the time I'm not. So let's get back to the thought on it's a live stream. Like I said, it will be featured in the mod the days that I run that mod. I will probably run that mod more often if I have a contest winner in it. And if they come up with a really cool logo. I hope somebody comes up with a really, really cool logo. So there you go. That's that. Wow. I really didn't want to just do a half-hour show, though. Because, you know, that's that. Oh! Back to the thought I had 15 minutes ago. I can probably put up on the Facebook page voting for obscure mods that you would like to see streamed. I'm gonna pull. I have 7 installs of the sim. 2 are dedicated, and the rest are just mixed together stuff. I'm gonna try to figure out some, and not just the trucks and the Xfinity cars. I'm going to pull up some of the more oddball, different ones, not the PT physics cars either. Pull up some of the more oddball, off the wall, one off the cuff mods that don't get to see the light of day that often, and then I'm already lost my train of thought. Put them up and see who votes, see what kind of votes they get, to see what, maybe one day. I'm gonna try to stream 2 or 3 days a week. I wanted to do it Thursday, and I wanted to do it yesterday. It's just the cloud cover was just so thick, my internet was going in and out, and I'm surprised today with this almost similar conditions, the cloud cover has not cut off my transmission. Satellite. Again, I will say that again. I'm on satellite internet. I'm really thinking about switching to the local company. They've actually come down in price. At one time, they were over $100 for what I get for $75 from my satellite company. They are now down to about the same price range for about the same service. The only big difference would be that it's a little bit more stable of a signal, and I would actually be able to race online, which would be a plus, and which also goes in the hand in hand of wanting to go back to iRacing, because that's basically where all your new NASCAR stuff is in iRacing. People think I had a problem with no, I've discussed that enough. Excuse me. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, unscripted, totally alive. I get told sometimes I should script it out. I should have something written, prepared. You know what? I think about preparing something and writing it out, but knowing my mind, I get so far off course that it's not even funny. But I will be putting up the poll later on the day. I'll have to go through those 5 folders and pull up. Actually, 3 of them or 4 of them are Cup, Truck, or Xfinity cars. So pull them up, look through them. see what's on there. I won't include the open wheel cars either because I plan on doing some open wheel stuff. Same thing with the PTA mod. I plan on doing some of that also. But I like to stream 3 times a week minimum at 11 a.m. That's so I have time with the wife at night. And even though I know most guys do their stuff at night, and I know my viewership won't be as big doing it at 11 o'clock Central Time in the morning, it's for my life to be happy. So that's when the Tigg will be live, and of course Saturday I come on in and watch. Sunday morning, of course, coffee with the Tigg will always be at 11 a.m. No more than an hour and a half show. It's going to cut that down. No more 2-hour marathons. It gets boring after 2 hours because I sit here and I record these and then I'll watch them, and then they do get a little bit boring when we get long-winded. So we'll just try to keep it down to an hour and a half tops. Even though I've seen other guys stream online for up to 5 hours. I watched. Speaking of which, yesterday I did watch off and on as my internet allowed. Was the Sim Pit. Nice guys do the iRacing Petit Le Mans. It was very interesting, very cool watching them do that. And other than that, I can't see sitting watching somebody sim race because that was an actual race. It was cool watching it because I don't get to watch a lot of racing because we don't have MSNBC here, so I don't get to watch a lot of racing, which means I don't get to watch today's NASCAR race either. Because we don't have NBC Sports. I don't know why I want to call it MSNBC. But that's basically the only way I get my racing fix is watching during the day. Anybody who's streaming racing, sim racing, so that's how I get my racing fix, other than what I do. What else was I going to cover? I covered that. See, that's why I need to write it down, so I know what I covered and what I didn't cover. I was actually thinking about, well, my dog's got my room kind of messed up. Giving y'all a little tour, taping a little tour of my room here. Just so you see how the Tigg lives in his little room. It's not much bigger than you actually see on the camera here. But I got to re-clean it up a little bit. Dogs have made it a mess. I've made it a mess looking for stuff. You put stuff away, you need to re-find it. That's how that goes. Then I'm going to ask you also what kind of racing you against. So I'm going to be against AI until I get better internet. Hopefully, after I get this job, I can figure all this out. But that's personal stuff. You really don't need to know about that stuff. Just know that I'm always looking. Everything I do leans back to making this part of my life a little bit more easier, a little bit more fun. What kind of tracks you would like to see? Super speedway, short tracks, road courses. Ooh, excuse me. Here goes that heartburn catching up to me again. A lot of stress. And figuring out how to do that OBS. What is that thing called? Right there. Figuring out how to get OBS studios to run longer than 30 seconds. I know I have to do some reading on that, and reading just bores the living crap out of me unless it's an adventure story. Speaking of which, just on a personal note, to let y'all know, I have finished the 15th book in the Dirt Pit series by Clive Cussler. I have 10 to go before I've read them all. Longest book series in history, I swear, with one main character. I got fewer ahead of me than I have behind me, so I'm 15 out of 25. I got 10 more to go, and I read about maybe 15-20 minutes a day. So you can figure out that math. How long I've been reading these books. It's been over 4 years now. And I have all but the last one. So if you want to send me that last one, no. Well, the Tigg is looking for sponsorships to help keep this moving along. So if anybody's willing to sponsor the Tigg, you know, out of the kindness of your heart, there's no obligation. I do have a PayPal Pay Me account, and I have a Patreon account. If it's in your kindness of your heart, go ahead and hit those buttons. I do appreciate anybody who stops by and watches my stuff. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the videos. The more you see that, the more YouTube pays attention also, and then, you know, then they start paying you money. But you got to be at 1,000 subscribers, which I'm only at, depending on where I look, anywhere from 46 to 47 people subscribe to this channel on YouTube. That's what they tell me. I don't know. Coffee with the Tigg has gone off the rails again because we're not even talking about sim racing. Well, since none of my regular cohorts have shown up, I am literally out of ideas to talk about today. There's one of my open wheel cars now. So, thanks for watching. This has been Coffee with the Tigg. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button for the video, the subscribe button for the channel, let you know when I go live. I'm hoping to be able to do that a whole lot more here real soon. Hopefully this week the cloud cover will dissipate and we can do some live streaming. Once I figure out how to do the OSB thing longer than 30 seconds, I will be going over Twitch too. So I'm at a loss for words. A replay of what? In the NR2, which forum?
Get your ass back.
Get your ass.
Hey, I'm good folks.
I just got here.
Bill,
Sorry.
That's all right. No, Bill's here now, so now we can have an active conversation. I
was listening. I was listening as I was running some
errands. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were struggling.
Yeah, I like interaction. What can I tell you? And you and Ian are.
You are not. Focused.
No, I'm never focused when I'm alone.
That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Sorry, I'm late, boss. Sorry, I'm late, boss. I was confused. I was confused. I didn't know you were. Going to do one today because you didn't make your announcements.
I did about an hour ago or an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, that's not. You need to do it soon. And not to mention, this Goomba I've got kicking my butt. I slept in a little bit because I actually could sleep because I could breathe.
Oh, well, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's always good to breathe.
But
I'm still, you can tell.
Yeah, your voice is bad.
I know. I feel really low. I've got the Mr. Ziffle voice from Green Acres. Arnold.
You're showing your age again, Bill.
Oh, I know it. No one probably knew what that meant. Is anybody watching?
Oh, we have quite a.
There's an RT.
Yeah, we have a couple. There's a couple in and out. I've been paying attention. That is
Ian.
Where's
Ian? I haven't seen all day. I even seen him once the nod. So he must be busy with the family. That's cool because he's a kid and he should be busy with the family.
He's actually not online.
Interesting.
I looked.
I know.
It shows him as Dale's not in.
Dale's not in.
Okay, so what are we talking about right now?
What are we talking about right now?
I was about ready to wrap this.
You got the single seat.
I saw that. I heard that. I heard that. I was trying to get it on.
Yeah.
You left the air.
You left the air
for a half hour.
That's
49 minutes
30,
now.
50. Okay. Now you're at 121.
Huh? No, it's 49 minutes. I'm looking at the counter in the upper left-hand corner.
48,
45. Okay.
That's right.
That's right.
There's a delay.
There's a little delay.
So let me cut you back on something you were talking about before. You were talking about the
S&G
S&G Minx. It's Minx.
It's
whatever.
My pronunciation challenge
Minx. It's Minx.
Yeah.
It's MENS 18.
Yep.
Monster Energy NASCAR.
Oh, see, I leave the N out. I always leave the N out.
I'm sorry. I said that wrong.
Yes,
Monster Energy
NASCAR Cup Series.
Minx.
It's
Okay,
Minx.
Minx it is. Like mink coat.
Minx.
Mechas.
Minx.
Whatever. I'm cool with whatever everybody was.
Everybody has.
I'm just trying to get you straightened out. So
He's a retard. Well, I am cleverly disguised as a responsible adult.
They're gonna say that anyway.
I know. I don't care. It really doesn't bother me.
So going back to the Minx 18 S&G on.
What is it? Soda
So, oh no, that's the one that's in no, that's the R Factor 2.
Oh, it's 2. Okay.
Oh, it's 2.
So, so you're saying that those templates. The other day, I asked you if they were. I haven't looked at them. And you said they were the same. They were the same. But now you're saying they're harder.
No, the Assetto Corsa one is harder.
Okay.
I don't know that I've run a Assetto Corsa one.
I have
the Assetto.
Do I even have the Assetto?
It's kind of fun, but the speeds are completely unreal. I mean, like I
heard that.
Yeah,
you said that they're running. They're running Bill Elliott.
They're running Bill Elliott
speeds.
That's exactly what they're running. I mean, they're running like GT cars. I don't know. I haven't really investigated if there's any kind of way of changing that, but I've not really spent that much time. I've maybe spent 10 minutes with 20 minutes with them at a time. So that's it. Here's the Austin Dillon scheme. The Austin Dillon scheme. Let me load this up real quick. I mean, they're beautiful cars. They look really good, but zoom in. Oop, that's the wrong way. We want to zoom out.
What the heck is happening here?
I don't know. There.
Okay.
There.
Okay. It didn't. It's amazing. It didn't see.
It's amazing. It didn't see.
I'm looking for the mod right now.
I don't remember even where I got it from, to be honest with you.
It's not RD, is it?
It's not RD, is it?
Oh, I got it from one of those sites. That's where I got it from. One of the with Facebook group sites.
Portuguese sites.
But if you look at your YouTube, look at the layout of this. Look at the layout of this template. It's beyond scary. It is beyond scary.
Oh, it's in the Discord.
Oh, it's in the Discord.
No, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay, I'm looking.
It's up there on YouTube.
YouTube is
a couple seconds slow because of this. I'm figuring out that's because of the satellite. Honestly.
Oh, that's where the delay is.
That's where the delay is. Okay.
And I don't know if you were listening when I said that the local internet's come down in price where they're closer to the satellite. So I heard that.
I heard that. I heard that. I was in the car.
Yeah. So I'm going to be looking into that once I get this job. See how that goes.
I had the Tigg coming over the radio.
That's cool. I bet you I sounded like crap. That's a scary template. No, that's all right. It's all right.
So who's NRT Games?
Who's NRT Games?
That is Sean, I believe.
What's that about?
Sean Ream?
Yeah.
Sean Ream?
Are you there still, Sean?
I think that's him. He never did it. I don't know if he introduced himself or not, but because I didn't have this.
You sure that's Sean?
I don't know.
NRT Games.
NRT Games.
You would think it'd be FSM.
You would think it'd be
FSM. I don't remember who it is.
I'm looking at what he was talking about. What he's talking about.
All kinds of things.
In the data miners of the dang dude. You sound like me with
yeah, because I was coughing.
He says no.
It's not Sean.
Okay.
It's not Sean.
Is that what I don't know. I don't know who it is. I'm just talking to the dude.
Are you saying
you're not there?
Are you saying you're not there, Sean, or you're not Sean?
Oh, okay. I don't think he's showing then.
I didn't think that was.
Okay. Well, I just saw game servers. That's good to see somebody else popping their head in every once in a while. I love the fact that we have new viewers.
I'm going to check out.
I think I used to be on NRT's game servers. It sounds familiar. I know I've talked to them before, and something else.
I'm not logged in, so it doesn't have a. I don't have.
There you go.
Okay, so let's review this.
Let's review this.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I'm all over
the
place.
That's all right.
TSA. I own
NRT game servers.
Okay.
So if you want free advertisement,
is there a website? Is there?
Well, you're getting it.
Is there a
site?
Is there a
site that goes
along?
Oh, really? Cool.
Along with that, there must be.
Glad to see it. Thumbs up to you, buddy. I'm glad somebody actually watches all the time.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Nice meeting you too, Dave. Yeah, really glad to see that the Tigg is getting out there in the world, and more than just 3 people are watching, like I always fear.
We're gonna have to cage him back up.
Oh no.
Okay, there's his Facebook.
There's his Facebook. I'm going to your Facebook, Dave.
Check it out.
Hey,
Dave.
Casual there. Casual
out
on the big sea.
We live by the ocean. Lucky him.
Okay. I've seen that logo on Facebook.
Oh, he's rebuilding the system. That's right. You did say that. And then you said something about that server interlink. I think there's still another one. I think that one went down, and I think there's another one that's taking its place. I need to pull that.
I see he's got.
Okay, so he owns the service. Isn't just a.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Do you do
He's got. Look at these guys.
NRT. Why does that?
I'm looking at.
I've been around so many leagues and so many different server companies over the past 15 years. Everything starts to sound the same and familiar. I don't know. Do you do hobo racing stuff? I don't know if you're involved with them or not.
I'm guessing Hobo has their own.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Server. No, they don't. They're not that sophisticated enough. Steve only does so much, so there you go.
So Dave, do I understand this right?
You actually own and operate a server system. So we can go there. Rebuilding system.
Our problem is that we're on Discord.
Yeah,
and
he was actually on
a few seconds.
Yeah, he was actually on Discord not that long ago at 11:34.
Oh.
Thinking NRT SMS leagues, been hosting. Oh, okay. Maybe did you used to? You used to do Hobo, did you do FMS? Did we do you? Did we use you? Freedom Motorsports? Because that's where it may be familiar. Because we used to do NR2K, ARCA, and or ARCA Sim Racing and R Factor. Because 15 years in the same thing, basically, you get to see a lot of names, and a lot of names start looking familiar. My mind is not what it used to be. It's not even half as sharp as what it used to be. And believe it or not, I used to be pretty damn sharp. Can't tell anymore.
And that's only a rumor.
No, yeah. Okay, cool. That's where I remember the name from. We need to get more people back into, because I know a lot of people still own it, and as Bill was pointing out, Bill Highbank has been pointing out on Stanad that the sim is still available on disc. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay a premium for it. Was it like $75 is the cheapest you saw it, Bill?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Something on
Dave.
On NR2K, the cheapest you've seen it on Amazon is like what? Wow.
Yeah, it was
what? What's the cheapest you saw? I know you saw. I know you saw $279, but I think we saw.
There was another one that was.
There was
one I think that was a bidding.
There was one I think that was a bidding at 77.
I think. But I don't know where that is now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. But okay.
Let's stay with NRT.
NRT.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to host over 100 leagues.
Over 100
leagues. Was part of the Sim Factory.
Yeah, that's why that was familiar when I saw it come up there. That's why I thought it was the other guy. But no, we used to do the streams. I think I actually did a broadcast with you guys once a long time ago. I actually was
and you're out of Ontario.
And you're out of
in the booth.
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada.
I was in the booth one time, a long time ago for FMS, I do believe. I used to go by TI2BLE. Well, I still do TI2BLEGRR, but I've changed it to the Tigg for when I started doing all this stuff. Mostly because that's what Bill was calling me, and it's easier to say than the TI2BLEGR thing.
Why would anybody say that?
It is. A lot of people have a hard time. Everybody has a problem with it. They don't even know what it meant. I mean, 99% of the people didn't know what it meant. So.
Okay, here's an important picture.
Here's an important picture for
Dave. I'm looking at your picture of you on the yacht.
That picture of you on the yacht.
Is that the Great Lakes or is that
the Great Lakes or is it on the
ocean? Probably the Great Lakes. I would guess.
Why you'd say that?
Because it's just as big as an ocean. Okay, now we're into the thing. We'll wait for his response. I gotta take a quick piss.
Yeah.
You see how he just hands it off, leaves it for somebody to talk, I guess.
Somebody to talk.
I don't know. Okay, so Dave is doing. He's doing automobilista.
He's doing automobilista. That's cool.
In R2K,
he's doing R Factor 1,
sim racing. After they are gone, I will not add any new servers. When a league drops their server, I will update status. And then he's got one that's got RF2, Sim Raceway, P-Cars 1 and 2. That's cool. Sorry, I'm reading. That's why I'm reading. That's why I'm not talking. I should be talking. U.S. Canadians can still travel. Yeah, my dad was. You're in Cuba.
You're in Cuba.
Cuba?
Us Canadians. He's in Cuba. Canadians. Oh no, he was
Canadians. Oh no, he was in Cuba.
So he's actually
he was not on the ocean. He was in
the Caribbean. Depending upon your.
Yeah, I know you guys can still travel there.
Time zone.
Yeah.
That's because Americans are stupid at this point. At this point, it's being stupid banning it's not travel to Cuba.
I thought Cuba got opened up.
No, it's limited. Well, they did right around the time they filmed Fast and the Furious 6 or 7 or 8 when the opening scene is in Cuba. But it's so hard to actually get a visa to go to Cuba, so.
Because I had a lot.
Oh, you can go, but it's real hard to get a visa to go there.
Go there every year.
I was kind of, I don't know. Dave,
cigars, but when I got my first
Cuban cigar, I was.
Well, it's always
I didn't think it was any better than the Dominican Republic.
Because it's all the same.
I had a guy that was. Then I had a guy that was going down.
Then I had a guy that was going
on his boat pretty regularly, and bringing a few home.
In
some kind of a covert fashion.
But after
40 below, I can understand.
40 below, I can understand.
Yeah, in Iowa it's only 20 below, so there you go. Well, 20 degrees warmer, you just come to Iowa, you get warm. You can go run in shorts. Anywho.
Sorry.
And when we get off this YouTube, maybe we should all get together on Discord and have a chat about how we need to team up everything to get everybody in better. That's an idea. I don't know. My brain's going 50 miles an hour right now.
I'm curious, Dave. What is the status of online racing? Is it growing? Is it dying? Or is it just kind of holding pat? Is it just holding? I mean, do you have one drop, one gain?
One drop, one gain.
I would almost say it's a holding. Other than that server company going, not the server company, but the listing program going down. I I still see I belong to a couple of pages I don't think you belong to, Bill, on Facebook, where there's constant, hey, we're racing this Saturday, we're racing this Sunday, we're racing this, you know, and some.
Oh yeah, I see that all.
Yeah, you see them too?
Oh yeah.
There's at least 15, 20 leagues, powerhouse leagues out there that I can think of off the top of my head. I don't really want to. I keep giving pimps to certain ones, and I kind of feel weird about doing that too because I don't race with them anymore. So it's kind of like, but anywho, there goes my brain again. What was I? See, there we go. We were waiting on the Tigg's brain to catch up to what the fuck he's saying.
I'm a vegetable.
I'm a vegetable.
I'm a rutabaga.
I'm a rutabaga.
I'm a rutabaga.
It's like VeggieTales here.
It's like VeggieTales here.
Yeah. Cleverly I think this is the best T-shirt for me. Cleverly disguised as a responsible adult.
Yeah. He said, okay, so Dave says in the chat, he says, an SMS lobby will be back. I built it, just needs to be
okay, cool. That's
so is that I've been out of the online racing.
So have I. 5 years.
Other than with Delta.
That was my last online experience, and that was
really
years ago now.
It was. I ran their first Trans Am. With R Factor Historics Trans Am series. I ran a couple, one or two races. I didn't. Times never work out for me.
Yeah, I know.
So they're laying it right around dinner time.
They're laying it right around dinner time, and it just
or when I'm running Uber.
So, are you running Uber really?
No, just for the family.
Oh,
but they travel for free.
You should start charging them.
So, another question for Dave. Of the different servers that you have running and you have customers for clients for. Which sim has got the most right now? So it'll take him a couple seconds to hear that.
I know. My best guess would still be NR2K. Still. I don't see a lot of online going outside of the servers for the
honest.
Yeah.
Honest.
My guess is going to be. Don't get the Discord app. Getting horrible three-way conversations.
Oh, okay, no problem. Usually, Bill turns off the sound on the YouTube.
I don't.
He says RF2. I was going to say RF2.
Really?
I was going to say it's either RF2 or a setup.
Yeah, I think the RF2.
Yeah, I think the RF2.
And it's growing stronger.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I mean, just since
once they turned the page on the graphics.
I think it took off like wildfire.
Actually, since Studio 397 took over, I think
it's just been going up and up.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Then he says in NR3 and then Automobilista.
I need to get that. I really do. I think
that almost came weird way.
This week, actually.
I like Automobilista. They have an interesting selection. Now they just got a lot.
That's what I heard.
Not through Reza, but
aftermarket stuff.
I think it's an independent. But they had trucks first.
Yeah, but they had trucks first, I think.
And then they got Cup, and I think they got Xfinity. I think they have Xfinity.
I think they have Xfinity now.
I don't follow it, so I don't have it, so I don't follow it. That's the problem. And it's just hard enough trying to get the. I have to upload record a replay from my R Factor 2 NASCAR mod. When you get close to an AI car, I don't know if it's just the AI or it's my computer or whatever, but they do like this. Literally, if you look at the screen and my hand moving back and forth like that, that's literally what they do, and it's kind of buggy.
Turn the sound down on your
screen,
whatever your
screen.
Who, me? I don't have it. That's through my headphones.
You work with Dave said the sound in on whatever you're running is
louder than everything.
I'm not running anything.
Oh, I bet you I am.
I
don't hear anything.
Never mind.
It's my.
It's my.
Never mind. I know what it is.
Never mind. I know what it is.
There. It was steaming.
It was steaming.
Okay.
Okay, so where I was gonna Dave.
Okay, so where I was gonna Dave responded to that one.
Work with Rise. How they have their servers with me and just working with G2 motor. Okay. Certainly. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Hit the mucus mute button.
Hit the mucus mute button, please.
There, hit the mute button. Can you still hear me? There,
so,
it doesn't work. See, you just muted it, lowers the stop the ball.
They have their own server. So Reza has their own server.
So Reza has their own servers.
With you.
Oh, they have them with
for
you.
production. And I just
work with G Motors. And I just work with G Motors.
Cool. Okay. I like G Motor.
Okay.
Somebody ding. Oh, okay. Hi, Marianne. That's my daughter. She updated her status on Facebook.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
well, that's applicable. That's relative.
That's relative. Yeah, but it came across my screen, so you know me. I'm never focused on point very long.
I know you're like a Tigger.
That's why I got called that.
Is that why you got called that?
Is that why you got called that?
Back to
my focus is lacking.
Stay focused. Stay on target. Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Yeah,
Stay on target.
Something like that.
So let's talk about
Automobilista.
Okay, so you say RF2 is there, then NR2K, then Automobilista. What kind of? I mean, how many?
What's
the question I want to ask?
How far behind is Automobilista
from NR2K? As far as the number of servers. And I guess my impression of Automobilista is that it's like South American. Is that where the bulk of your server clients are?
Your server clients are.
Is it down there?
And
I think that's probably true because they have the South American stock car
in there,
and it's a cool mod.
The Brazilian stock car.
It's fun to drive. Yeah, the Brazilian stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the Brazilian stuff.
Actually, when I say South American South,
South American South stocks are, I'm not talking about the NASCAR.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking about Brazilian stock.
Yeah, I saw there was when I first started doing the streaming and I was watching what other people were doing. There was one guy, and I have not seen him in a while, who was doing a lot of the Automobilista with the Brazilian stock cars. You know, those 5-lap shootouts that they do online, and then show them on, show them. But he was doing a lot of them, and then I was really getting into it, really enjoying it, and then he kind of up and disappeared. That's the problem with a lot of the YouTube streamers is they just up and disappear. I don't know, especially in this particular genre. I just don't get it because I find it a lot of fun, and I really wish I could do a lot more of it. I think it'd be a lot more fun if I could actually do races online. Other than, AI. Because you've seen a few of my AI races, they get kind of boring after a while. Asia, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, that was F1BC. Dog hair everywhere. Yeah, it's interesting to see where the sim racing, the popularity of Brazil,
Asia, Brazil.
The popularity of sim racing is not as big in America as you would think it would be, because everybody's so focused on NASCAR. So you've got one choice of sim, basically, if you new to it, unless you want to illegally download it. You have one choice of sim, and that would be iRacing.
The RF2 NASCAR using their phony cars. Is quite popular. I can see that by the amount of content that I see as far as car sets
and stuff like that.
So I think Arca X is good. Arca X is good. Just for some, and it's free.
I don't even know that. I have not even seen that one. I keep hearing about it. I've actually never found it. I've never actually gone and looked for it. From what I understand, that's just an upgrade to the what the Sim Factory was doing, and it runs in R Factor 1. Is that what that is? Or is that running R Factor 2 now?
Not the guy to ask that.
I know. Well, I'm just asking out loud.
Arc. Well, I think Arc is really popular because of the car package. I mean, the car package. I mean, it's old school. It's you know.
It's old. Yeah.
I think that's changing. I think that's changing. And then we're just seeing here and now. We're just seeing here and now that jumble up the Arc.
That's because they're losing money.
K&N. They're gonna gom it up. But you never know.
They're losing money. They're losing money. NASCAR's starting to lose money, and they're trying to figure out how to make some more money. And Rob is taking it to the next level. Well, that's okay. That's cool. I'll probably have to look for that. I keep thinking about every time I see it posted somewhere. I think, oh, I'm going to go look for it, and then I forget about it. Lack of focus. I don't even have a notepad. See my notepad sitting right here on my desk. I make sure I write down the good important stuff like phone numbers, but that's it. I never write down what I'm going to look for. So I'll remember. It's one of those things. I'll remember. Again, life with the Tigg. Anyway, so we're talking about. That would be cool, actually.
About Dave.
We're talking about Dave's
server.
Dave's server.
Yeah.
Server.
Yeah, we need to tie them in.
We're talking about the general condition and status of online racing, and I think that's a very fascinating subject.
It is.
As someone that's not involved, and I'm like, I think everybody that has done it, or even hasn't done it,
I miss doing it. I honestly miss racing with the same guys every week.
Well, and I've said it a million times. The biggest problem I had is I just to run into, and I just didn't like that.
Well, that's open server. That's open server racing.
And you know, when you're not a top-notch racer, you're in the way. You're in the way, and they make you feel like you're in the way.
They make you feel like you're in the way.
You got Steam open?
No, I don't even have it running yet.
Tigg.
I turned it off for the stream.
Because you have Automobilista now.
You have Automobilista now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Patron of my group.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
My little life here.
Has its own updater. But Rob is taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I'll have to look for that and see what that's like.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. Looking for it right now.
Looking for it.
See, I'm live, so I can't really do a lot of driving around because everybody sees what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's what the other screen's for.
That's what the other screen's for. By the way.
Oh, my other screen, so nobody can see it.
That's why you have to.
Sim racing.
Okay, this is
live. So
this is live.
So if I go live, if there's anybody on, that's you, Dave.
That's you, Dave.
Oh no, there's several different things going.
Several different things going.
Yeah, there's a lot. They're busy today.
They're busy today.
Yeah, there's 3 races.
Yeah, there's
9:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m., 8 p.m.
Whose time zone? Whose time zone?
It's probably. Who knows?
Generally it's Eastern.
Generally it's Eastern. When I say, but
is Dave telling us on his? At least we don't have to race. Yeah. That was, and everybody was popping in and out.
And everybody was popping in and out. Boy,
little jittery cars coming and going. And I was probably. I don't think I was. I mean, I always had. I didn't always have.
I didn't always have.
I do now.
Great internet.
Well, yeah, you got the best internet around.
No, that's not true. No, I've not seen it. Well, it's funny because when it comes to download, I get over 1,000.
I get over 1,000.
But the download,
the download
seems to be around 800.
Seems to be around 800.
So, but yeah, and then the pings are just not there.
Yeah, and then the pings are just not there. So, yeah.
So yeah, I've been wanting to try.
Okay, so.
But again, like I said, I like Delta.
I like Delta, and I don't know if Delta's with you.
I'm Delta Sim Racing.
I'm Delta Sim Racing.
I don't know who their server was.
I
don't either. I haven't raced with Delta in 15 years.
I forgot to like Dave's page, and I just did on Facebook. NRT game servers. Click that. That's .com. That's what I wanted. That's .com. That's what I wanted as a page. I wanted a page.
Yeah, we're doing all kinds of stuff. We're talking, I'm typing.
And I need to talk more. Somebody needs to talk more.
Yeah, no kidding.
Too much feedback. Hearing three repeats of all the talk. I know it gets bad if you have the Facebook open. I mean the YouTube sound up. It becomes a big sound up.
You're big mess.
So I don't. I actually hardly watch it unless something's being shown that's of interest. But I generally just to it via Discord.
And you shouldn't be picking up any sound from me.
Hearing three preach. Certainly not from me. Certainly not from me. Discord. Desktop lets me, right?
No, it says you're down temporarily.
Okay.
Meh.
Who the?
Oh, I'm on the Joomla. And RT game servers down right now.
I don't see that.
I do.
I don't see down for you. Not from down for you.
Must not like.
Are you on a specific server? Right? Are you on a specific
server? No, I'm actually
server
on the NT servers. I looked that up. There you go. Hey, we got a Discord thing going on.
How's that?
How's that? That's wonderful.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we built the website. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Dave.
There you go.
There you go, Dave. Thank you. Just turn on that YouTube. Just turn that disregard that YouTube. Disregard that.
Yeah, when we're live, we don't. I generally don't sit on the YouTube page. I know Bill doesn't either because my satellite. I don't know if your satellite kind of just doesn't do it as fast as it should.
You have two-way satellite, or you got a two-way satellite, or you got to
He's going ground back up.
Yep.
He's going ground back up.
Yep. Well, it's Xseed that I have, or what do they call them? They've changed their name again. So, but like I said, the local server company, this service company, they're getting cheaper. So we'll see what happens. I've got two.
Yeah, I heard that part. I heard that talking about.
Yeah, it's about the same price. It's about the same price. But
well, and if that's what's going to take to get you online,
yeah, that's probably what's going to. The only thing is their freaking TV package is still $125 for basic expanded cable. That's a little unreal.
Jeez, I paid $300 a month. Satellite.
Really?
Satellite. Telephone, internet, and I've got three internet lines coming into the house.
What kind of speeds do you get up there in Ontario? What kind of speeds do you get up there in Ontario?
I live so far back in the bush to get a pump. I get a meg up and. I get a meg up. I get a 5 down. Lucky.
Yeah.
So how are you operating? So how are you operating servers? That's
never had a problem.
Are they offshore?
Never had a problem. They're all North American.
That's weird.
Because you're not operating the servers out of your house. You're operating a server.
No. I've got my own servers all wrapped. I've got my own servers.
I know another guy. And he had that was up in Ontario. And I remember that because of that. I remember that because of that.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about, and I hate to keep going back.
No, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care.
No.
And our factor too is the net code is so strong in it. They use read ahead XYZ. I got guys in Brazil and Chile. I got guys that 400 and 500 in the Buffalo.
Okay.
And 40 people.
Okay.
And nobody lies.
You remember that gorilla new sign language? That's about where that gorilla, that new sign language. He just died recently. Anyway, there was a gorilla that knew sign language. That's about as technically adept as I am. So all that was like you were speaking foreign language.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a net code.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that's the only thing that's wrong with NASCAR 2003 is it's a buffer within that 3 and the net code would be so much better. But John Henry's got a heck of a lot more money than I do.
Yeah. So, are you like As far as the Arca 10,
as far as the Arca 10,
that's like, are you like the resident?
That's like, are you like
server for them? Is that what that?
Server for them? Is that what that?
Is
that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Arca X.
Rob had a NASCAR 2000.
Rob had a NASCAR 2000
when I first started in 2004. And he went on. He went on to. There was two groups. And they split off, and one went one way, and one went one way. The Sim Factory went the other way. The Sim Factory. They got all the licensing from Arca. They got all the licensing from car manufacturers.
All the car manufacturers.
That's what they just. I mean, I spent 2 years. With trailer. And 6 simulators. I think I did 18 Arca races a year. 18 Arca races.
I did that simulator. I saw that simulator at Iowa Speedway the first year that they were there. Yep.
Well, that was me.
That was then we've met. It was freezing in Iowa.
It was me.
It was freezing that day too in Iowa.
Yeah.
We have met.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And then I spent 42 years on the coast to coast. I used to have 5 produce, and that's how I got produce involved in it. And I just put one of my trucks on. Pulling a Featherlight trailer with a show car. We used to do all the trade shows. I mean, I know Dave, and I know John, and I know all the guys in iRacing, and they've left me alone. You know, they've never bothered with me. Just because I don't circumvent the code, right? The code.
Hey, Tigg, put up Dave's page.
Hey, Tigg, put up Dave's page
on the YouTube.
On your.
No, you've got your.
No,
Facebook.
you've got your Facebook page.
Facebook. I don't know. Facebook.
Who cares? At least, but at least we'll have your.
At least,
but
at least we'll have your logo right front and center.
And your little beaver.
And your little beaver.
Let's go here.
But I've changed the ways I've doing things. What I've done is I've gone with a virtual dedicated server platform.
There you go.
Server 2008, and that still lets leagues run 2003. Still lets, and then lets them run all the new games. And then lets them run all the new P-Cars. See the Corsa P-Cars. Lets them run a 32-slot team speak.
Wow.
I'm not going to say on here. I'm not going to say on here. One for going out advertising stuff. I never have had to.
Yeah.
No.
But it's okay to. It's okay to name names.
It's okay to.
Yeah, we do. I do it all the time.
It's okay.
It's my show. You name names all you want.
Yeah.
No, I still got like 38. Out of the 40-some NASCAR that I hosted through the SMS lobby. 36 of them have come over to this new system because they can run Wreckfest on the server. They can run Fest on the server. They can run basically any of the Steam games. I mean,
that's where it's at anymore.
I mean,
that's where it's at anymore.
Don't even have a
CD-ROM
don't even have
even a DVD
CD-ROM in them or even a DVD.
I mean, everything's downloaded.
I mean, everything's downloaded.
I mean, they log on with remote desktop, and I get them 4 gigs of RAM, and I get them 125 gigs of hard drive space. They're all on 1 gigabyte ports. And what do you call it? They're able to basically run the best of what's out there. Out of it, right?
Yeah, and this is maybe a stupid question or a silly question. Doesn't something like a set of Corso or doesn't it require more to run versus? Well, actually, you said the opposite, didn't you?
Well,
you said it required more to have NR2K run.
It required more to have NR2K run.
Not
because it's old.
Well, no, and we've remember how when you used to if you were on a shared server like with Brian, you'll never hear me have anything bad to say about Brian. Actually, Brian wanted me to buy his company. And I said, why would I bother? I got all the clients now. Brian's the granddad. Brian's the one that stuck around and supporting the community.
That's Brian Simpson.
The SMS lobby. What's that?
That's Brian Simpson?
What's that? Oh, from Maurice LM.
Oh, okay.
From Maurice LM. And I mean, it's just, and the league is just, I mean, the league is, there's us die-hard guys. There's us die-hard guys that are going to stay doing this. That are going to stay doing this.
It's cheaper than owning a race. It's cheaper than owning a race car.
Go out and wreck it.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy any band-aids or anything.
Well, there are times you do.
And the thing that the league's like, and the thing that the league's like, and the thing that the league's like, the SMS lobby, the SMS lobby through me. Even the new EXEs that are out there, can't get through.
Cool.
The guy that built the guy that built detection from, the guy that built 90% of the cheats that are out there, much better guy that built cheat detection, much better guy that built cheat detection. So it just needs to be reworked. It just needs to be reworked. I've had it running, and I mean, I've had it running. The IP out here. I just haven't put the IP out. It was a cost issue too. It was a cost issue too. I'm retired now, and when you gotta start laying out $400 or $500 a month.
Yeah.
It's time to look for a different solution. It's time to look for a different solution. We did.
Yeah, we don't get rich off of our hobby.
So are you saying that running a server service isn't a good deal for you? Isn't a good deal.
Running a server company?
I mean, you can't make a living off of that?
I mean, you can't make a living off of that? This is a hobby. I'm retired.
How many leagues do you have using your service? How many leagues do you have using your service?
Right now there's 64. I think it is 64 or 65. I think it is 64 or 65. At one time, one point there was 106. I mean, I got the old guys like Ralph's like 15 years. Ralph's been with 15 years.
Still around?
SRA, fast.
SRA,
fast. He'll never go away.
Oh, okay.
Hell, he'll never go away.
He can't afford a race car either. He can't afford a race car either.
It just, and in Europe, in Europe, everybody is wired.
Yeah, their speed is amazing. Yeah,
they're able to run. They're able to run servers off of their own internet.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. That's amazing. Even on the east coast of the U.S. Even on the east coast of the U.S. I was surprised at the speeds that these guys had. I was so thrilled when I had like 45 megs. And these guys are 300-400. These guys are 300. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we can have 300. But then they said you can also have 1,000. But then they said you can also have 1,000. Actually, the same price. And I said, give me 1,000. So they gave me the 1,000. It's all fiber optic. They gave me the 1,000. It's all fiber optic.
Yeah. Well, the East Coast is wired for that because that's where the government is on the East Coast.
See, that's what I used to haul out to California. To pick up was fiber optic cable. I know how much it's worth. Bell Canada is my carrier up here. My carrier. We can give you this big fiber connection. We can give you this big fiber 25 up. You should be able to get 25 up and 75 down. 25 up, lady, 75 down. I haven't seen any diggers. I haven't coming down my street in the village of 300 people. Laying fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable. $750,000 a mile. $750,000 a mile.
It was on a pole. It was on a pole in the backyard next door to me. In the backyard next door to me. Probably 6 months. I couldn't get him to run that extra. I couldn't get him to run that extra. No, this is who? AT&T.
Oh, really?
AT&T. Yeah. And I was going to say DirecTV. And I was going to say DirecTV. I still have my AT&T. I still have my cables through. My internet's through AT&T. I dropped all that stupid versus stuff. I dropped all that stupid versus stuff. It's funny because AT&T, I couldn't keep. It's funny because AT&T, I couldn't keep the. I had them out here like every other week, and I had them out here like every other week. And I switched to DTV, and then they bought. I switched to DTV, and then they bought DTV. It's the same company now. So it's the same company. I have never had DirecTV. I have never had to fix the box. People out here. Never had them out here to fix it. I've upgraded, but I've never had the problem. I've upgraded, but I've never had the problem with fixing it.
The problem up here in Canada, the fact that it's a closed monopoly, right?
Yeah.
It's a closed monopoly.
And you have fewer heads. You have fewer buyers. You have fewer buyers.
You have to spread that cost. Well, yeah. You have to spread that cost. For them to run fiber 200 miles till you get to the next village.
200 miles till you get
to the next town, especially out in Alberta.
Next town, especially out in Alberta.
It's big money, right?
You know, it's big money, right? So.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you've been on Facebook as long as I've been in Facebook as long as I've been in.
I started off back in the Hawaii. Hawaii used to get like $600 and $700 phone bills.
Like $600 and $700
Oh, I know.
That's a little before my time.
I remember 300.
Yeah. 1999.
Yo, that was crazy days. Yo, that was.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I said no, I don't think so. Yeah, I said no, I don't think so. Hell, I didn't have my first computer till. Hell, I didn't have my first computer till. I want to say 90. I want to say 90. 98? 7, maybe? 98?
Started off.
I bought it for business. I had two.
Started off. I had a VIC 20, I think was my first.
VIC 20,
a Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah.
Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah.
Playing all those ANSI games.
Yeah, those funky
games.
Yeah, those funky games.
Thought we had to work. I thought we had to work.
I know. I remember my friend got Pong. I was like, what? This is nuts. I was a duck hunter fool. I was a duck hunter.
Duck hunt was the game.
Just couldn't hunt ducks. Yeah.
Boy, you had to be a Pac-Man champion.
Oh yeah. No, it's funny because I did all my Pac-Man at
it's funny because I did all my Pac-Man
at a bar restaurant called the Red Baron, and they had a Pong.
Red Baron.
I mean, a Pac-Man table.
I mean, a Pac-Man table.
Pac-Man table.
You know, so we'd
play and drink and
table. And play and drink.
Have a good life. You watch the airplanes come and go.
You watch the airplanes come and go.
Those are good old days. Who thought we'd have it on our machine at home?
Who thought we'd have it on our machine at home?
Well, I mean, you can still get it.
Oh yeah, you can get those. You can get those N60. Yeah, you can get those N60. Yeah, you can get the
emulators.
What do they call them?
Emulators.
Emulators. Yeah, you can get the emulators, or you can
emulators. Yeah, you can get the emulators, or you can just buy the stupid TV now. The N60,
200 games or something.
200 games or something. That's crazy, and it's tiny.
I bought ones for the kids so they could know what it was like.
For the kids, so they could know what it was like.
And they loved it. They loved it.
Space
Invaders, all that stuff. Yeah, that was
Space Invaders, all that stuff. Yeah,
and then those early racing games.
Those early racing games,
consoles and stuff.
On
driving
consoles and stuff.
Stupid
driving
controller.
Stupid controller.
I just watched
I got my
one of the. There's a video that was on YouTube or on a Facebook about the old Atari 2600 IndyCar game, and and they were talking about the state-of-the-art track layout, and it was what, 8 pixels or 16 pixels? Oh my god!
It was a black with black 2 patches of green on either side.
Yeah, I should have shared it, but I forgot about it.
They talked about how realistic it was. Talked about how realistic it was. You know, and these kids. I mean, I just think of the RF2.
I mean, I just think of the RF2,
and I think about how people bitched about the graphic quality of it, and it was as good as
it was as good as
RF1. I mean, it was as good as anything. I mean,
it was as good as anything.
Because they wanted so much because all they could see was a set of
cars.
Look at that. MP cars.
Look at that.
How come we can't have that?
Look at that. How come we can't have that?
They worked. They had a plan. They worked their plan. I think they will be king of the world eventually.
I think they will be king of the world eventually.
I think Studio 397 made a good investment. And it is. I think. And it is. In those games, all the newer games, they're based on online multiplayer. That's what they do. That's their first focus is online multiplayer.
Their first focus
AI is a second thought.
AI is a second thought. And
it's funny because you have iRacing trying to go the opposite direction.
Well, it's funny because G-John, I've talked to him. G-John, last week actually. My wife's vacuuming here.
My wife's vacuuming.
And it's live.
They're really big in automation.
They're really big in automation.
New automation simulation.
Yeah. New automation simulation.
That was the reason I got rid of our.
That was the reason I got rid of our factory.
Michelle, right? So.
Right. Michelle. So.
Yeah. And all the guys went with it, but
all the guys went with it.
G-John.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
G-John 3. They had 4 servers with me, I guess, all together for production and all together. Made it testing and.
You'd think they would do all that in-house, wouldn't you, Dave?
You'd think they would do all that in-house.
They don't have a big enough internet connection, and they've only got a small office, right?
Where are they at?
Where are they at?
over by Grand Bend.
Over by Grand Bend.
I didn't realize that. Huh.
So ISI is still around.
Well, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're just not doing sim racing.
Yeah, they're just not doing sim racing.
They still working on this G Motor 2. Still working on this G Motor 2.
Yeah.
Bot.
I mean, if Automobilistic can get the graphics out of AMV, out of the G Motor 1 that they're getting now, that's what they can do when they get all the other effects from the G Motor 2.
Yeah, I think. I think they're all kind of in a stopgap mode.
I think they're all kind of in a stopgap mode,
and they're waiting for that.
Right now,
and they're waiting for that. That's kind of what everybody's thinking. That we know that it's going to get better. So just
that we know that it's going to get better.
Just biding times and dropping.
Some of these guys are just biding time,
dropping so they can bring income in.
Titles, so they can bring income in.
I mean,
yeah, and a known commodity, a known commodity.
One of my leagues got a cease and desist order from NASCAR because their logo looked from NASCAR because their logo. You know what? Like, I mean,
they don't realize that those are their best.
They don't realize that those are their best.
You're burning people.
You're burning people. That they used to put everybody to push their stuff.
Everybody to push their stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing how.
Yeah, it's amazing
how keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
NASCAR
I mean, the
keeps
things they do is like I realize you want to protect your brand, and that makes sense. I realize you want to protect your brand, and that makes sense. But at the same time, when you keep dropping a hammer on the people that really are your biggest supporters, that are spending their money on, the people aren't driving NASCAR sims. The people aren't driving NASCAR sims. They just want to drive NASCAR sims. They're NASCAR fans. They're all about NASCAR, and that's just an extension of that. And to shoot them and piss them off, that's just shoot them and piss them off.
It's not even so much sad. It's I know when I was involved at Sim Factory, we had to pay licensing. We had to pay to use the cars, badges, the models, badges, the models, the tracks, the logos, the tracks, logos. A certain sim company just had got a cease and desist logo, or cease and desist sent right to their PayPal. They just shut down because they had DHL branded on one of the bill branded on one of them. Until they took that off, they couldn't do any more business. I mean, it's all about everybody wanting them few extra pennies, right?
We could just find a big enough boat to drop all those lawyers on.
Well, and the thing of it is they're not making any money off of it. They've got they're all wrapped up in iRacing. So all us small time people, when we start using their logos and their cars and tracks and whatever, eventually they're gonna get pissed. That's why I keep saying all these kids.
Well, iRacing has to be a licensing fee.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
You don't think that they're letting them use those tracks?
No, they're paying for it.
Yeah, so. I can see their point. That's why as long as everybody just leaves the EXE alone and just tries to do the best with what they got, they're not going to bother any of us. At least they're not going to bother. They've left me alone anyway.
Well, that's just it. For these new kids that don't know what we've been through for the past 15, 20 years, come along and say, hey, the editor's out there, it's all abandonware. This is something we talked about last week. They can do whatever they want whenever they want, and that's what's going to get people in trouble. And
they just don't realize how long.
Yeah.
Well, they don't realize how long. John Norton and people like John Norton, J-Rock, and these guys spend time and effort in tracks.
They have no idea.
And how much, like Jason, come out with that safer barrier project. Made it so much realistic.
That's right. Made it what it's supposed to be.
That's right. Made it what it's supposed to be. If you want to have simulation,
and he did all that work, and then he came out, and he offered that premium deal, and he offered that premium deal, and it was chump change.
Paid in a little bit,
and so he started getting his newest stuff. I was all for that. I was like, help these guys support them a little bit.
Help these guys support them a little bit.
The whole NASCAR community, bad mouthed because they're all a bunch of freeloaders. I mean, they're mostly their kids.
I mean, they're mostly they don't have any
They don't have any money. So,
They don't have any money.
You know.
They don't have any money. So,
yeah, I don't know.
So
I've never talked to Jason and asked him how much.
Jason and
how
ask him
many
how
premium
much,
guys he had, but I was one of them.
Guys he
and in
had,
fact,
but I was one of them.
After he shut down, I left my.
After he shut down, I left my.
Remember he sent out those emails saying, "Hey, turn off your donation." I didn't either. I let him. I paid him. You know, and I used to race with Jason.
I paid him for. You know, and I used to race with Jason.
I can't even remember the initials. One of those millions of initial sites.
One of those millions of initial sites. But that's where I raced online.
I don't remember what.
TDRs. I don't know what.
TSR.
TMR. Or whatever,
something like
TSR,
I mean, they're still going as a race.
I raced it with Jason at several places, and we were about the same. So we kind of hung out in the back and raced each other.
So we kind of hung out in the back and raced each other.
You know, back then he was not,
back then
he was not all that. Now he's a lot better racer. But Jason's a really great guy, and so is John Norton.
Really great guy,
I mean, these guys are salted the earth guys.
These guys are salted the earth guys.
They work those late hours, burn that midnight oil, do all that work,
burn that midnight oil, do all that work,
and they made the quality of a lot of the content that they set that level.
They set that level.
The lack of respect they're shown by these kids.
The lack of respect they're shown by these kids.
Well, you know what happened with Jason. Well, you know what happened with Jason. Somebody get a premium membership and they would download all the.
Oh, I know, and give it all out.
Oh, I know, and give it all out.
Yeah, I've never even dreamt of it. I don't even know what
dreamt of it. I don't even know what.
I found a site that has all his tracks. I don't even know if it has
that has all his tracks. I don't even know if it has.
The last thing I got from was that Darlington.
Last thing I got from was that Darlington, wasn't it? That was the last one.
He's still doing stuff.
Yeah, I still see him in and about the community.
I still see him in and about the community. I saw him the other day on Stun Out Racing.
He has 3 months a week where he goes show about building tracks. I'll sit here working the servers, and I'll have it up and working servers.
He'll be testing or something, testing with the league.
Yeah, showing how to make stuff.
And he kind of got into that.
And he kind of got into that. Yeah,
I bought it. We were messing around one day, and for one of the broadcast companies out there, I got him to make me a Peterbilt pace truck. Single axle on the back. You know, the guys can put their leaves on the side of it, and their branding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was just something different, right?
Yeah, and that's cool. And leagues like that.
And that's cool. And leagues like that. They like some identity, you know?
Yeah, and unfortunately,
that's good.
I don't.
Yeah, and unfortunately.
They just got tired of the lip they were receiving for their. I mean, even I used. I had never done the graphic tune-up.
I had never done the graphic
tune-up
on my
install, and so I was doing that last night. So I'm watching that guy's.
So I was doing that last night. So I'm watching that guy's
because I could never remember the numbers
all the time.
So I was watching it again, and he starts off bad.
So I was watching it again, and he starts off bad mouthing.
You know, making content pay where
making
content pay whatever he said.
Larry doesn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, they sell car paint.
Yeah, sell car paint.
Everybody needs to get used to it. Everybody needs to become a pay to play.
And it should be. If we want to keep it around, it has to be.
If we want to keep it around, it has to be.
That's what these kids have no concept. They just want everything. They just want everything. They don't have any respect for it. They think they can do whatever they want with it once they got it. They don't understand what copyright's all about.
They don't understand what copyright's all about. They have no idea.
Copyright means something. Of course, we all make mixtapes and everything, but you know, as a musician and someone who owns copyright, it's just real simple. You know, if you didn't make it, it's not yours to do.
If you didn't make it, it's not yours to do.
You're a user, and that's all you have.
You're not an owner, and that's all you are.
You're not an owner. What happened to the days of asking someone?
What happened to the days
of
asking?
I know it. It's funny because
it's funny because
I have done Trans Am car sets for various mods.
Trans Am car sets for various mods.
And I just saw
the
guy who does that. Pretend Racing. He's got a page up now with content. It's basically car sets now with content. But he's got a Trans Am car sets page, and it's all my stuff.
Trans Am car sets page, and it's all my stuff.
And I've never cared about it. It's like, if you want my stuff, you do something with it. That's great. If you want my stuff, you do something. I made it. I gave it to the world. I'm not tied up in it. But at the same time, it would have been nice to see my name. But at the same time, it would have been nice to see my name. High Bank did all this crap, and people like get up at thousands and thousands of downloads, and I'm glad that he's making it, and continuing to make it more available. That's what it's all about. But at the same time, that's what it's all about. But at the same time, and I don't even know if he knows. And I don't even know if he knows who made it, but every set on there, I either made, helped make, control of it, because I gathered up. I went to those guys that made those older sets and said, "Hey, you're not doing anything with your set. You know that I do this stuff. Can I be your handler? Can I handle your set?" He says, "You handler? Can I handle your set?" And he says, "Do whatever you want with it, and I'll let you control it." And that's so everything on that page is mine. It just breaks my heart that people are it just breaks my heart. And then when you see guys like John Norton, they just get tired of it, and they just want to quit. They just get tired of it.
You know what I think is funny is I watch the broadcast. Seldomly, and I do watch a lot of streaming. That's right. A lot of streaming. You'll hear the guys, and in their pre-release. Donations to keep the server going. Nobody speaks up, but can you give me 5 minutes while you run down to the store? Can you give me 5 minutes while you run down to the store?
Exactly. Buy a Starbucks. Exactly. Buy a Starbucks.
Why can't you throw me a couple of bucks?
Wait a minute. Why can't you throw me a couple of bucks? Throw that money. $5.25 for a Starbucks here. $5.25 for a Starbucks. Why can't you throw that once a month? Why can't you throw that once a month?
30 guys,
30 guys, and the guy asks a little bit of dinner money. 30 guys, and the guy asks a little bit of dinner money. He takes his wife to dinner, and she can say, "Hey, she won't be on his back so much for spending so much time in front of that box."
Thanks talking to you guys.
Okay, Dave.
Good.
Thanksgiving weekend up here. Thanksgiving weekend up here.
That's right. Leaf and his boys. That's right. Leaf and his boys landed there, and
down to your part of the world down there because it was warmer.
Warmer. And those Spaniards showed up, and they got all the credit. And those Spaniards showed up, or Italian, or Portuguese.
I enjoy you watching your show, Tigg.
Oh, thank you.
I got interested in it when you went off. I got interested in it when you went off about a week ago.
He's my kind of guy.
Yeah,
he's my kind of guy.
Yeah, here's something that
I Dave, don't be a stranger.
Yeah, don't be.
And Dave, don't be a stranger. Educational to have you on.
Oh yeah.
Educational.
Oh yeah, so do I. Very much so. Just enjoy the support. Now I know who to support. Also back. There you go. So there.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Dave.
Yeah.
You have a great holiday.
All right, guys. Yeah, you have a good weekend what's left of it. Yeah. Weekend what's left of it.
Bye. Yes, sir. Okay, bye.
Whew. Wow. There went that. There went my idea of an hour and a half show, but there you go.
Aren't you glad that I kept you on? Aren't you
glad
that I kept you on?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry I was late.
That's all right. Not a big deal. We all have life.
I could have done 2 more hours just asking questions.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of stuff.
What he knows, and his service is so much. And his service and just talking to him inspires me to want to try to get back online racing.
I always want to get back, but I can't do it. That's the thing.
Well, I know, and so
just streaming.
Well, I know, and so
yeah, I just got to get the money together. I have to ask him and talk about it, and that's all. All that hinges on the second interview this week, whether I get that job or not. So, everything might. If it wouldn't be me if I wasn't juggling something. So that's the way that goes.
You're a jiggler.
Jiggler, whatever. But yeah, we definitely.
You're a jiggler.
Yeah, we're definitely getting places. We're gonna get out there.
Yeah.
So anywho.
What
the hell was that thing?
So. There it is. Here, what series? That'll should go on series level. Series. That'll should go on series.
Who are you talking about?
I just downloaded. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. I just grabbed Dave's logo off of his. so I could put it right. So that's in Discord, it right?
No, that's in Discord.
Where are you? Discord, I just put it in.
Where are you?
You probably closed
Why
it.
didn't you just put it in?
Why didn't you just...
It's right there. That's right there. There he goes, right there.
What's that?
There he goes, right there.
Oh, yeah.
In the Discord.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
In the Discord.
Yeah.
Yep. Something added.
I know I've seen that little beaver. That's his logo.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
that's his logo.
Like I said, it's like you.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, and it's like you know the name, but you never know who it is or anything. And like I said, I've met this man years ago, and I've talked to him on the internet for years.
Yeah,
but you never know.
It's guys like Dave.
But see, it's guys like
that and his NRT servers.
That and his
those
NRT
are the
servers.
Background people that no one knows
those
about.
Are the background
that make
people
this all
that
happen.
No one knows
about.
That keep this
that
alive.
Make this all happen.
You know, that make
it
happen so
these
people can go online.
You know, that
and
make
race
it happen so these
guys like John Norton and Jason.
Guys like John Norton and Jason.
They're the guys that. They're the guys that the basement level guys, the foundational
basement level guys, the foundational
guys. These kids don't know or even care about.
These kids don't know or even care about. And yet,
unthanked,
they
unappreciated.
And that's why I get on every week, and I always mention them, always thank them. You know, I may not be much on one person, and granted, my viewership is probably the lowest out of any sim race oriented YouTube stream, but I bet you when John Norton and the other guys I talk about, I say their name, they feel good about themselves. They feel that somebody out there recognizes what they're doing.
That's what I was talking about.
Well, that's what I was talking
about.
That's what I was talking about.
Dopey
that's what I was talking about with my.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody to pat me on. I do that for myself.
I do that for myself.
I did when I decided to do those.
I did when I decided to do those.
My goal. After running offline league site for 9 years,
yeah, it was a long time.
I realized I wasn't leaving a lasting mark. And I said I want to do something that's lasting.
And I said I want to do something
you run a series
that's lasting.
Yeah,
because you know.
And your car sets are there.
100 series. 100 series. No one cares about.
Yeah.
100 series, no one cares.
We all had a ball, but it's gone.
It's not. We all had a ball, but it's gone. It's not. Didn't help anybody that wasn't involved.
I said I'm going to do something I love.
I said I'm going to do something I love.
Offer it to the community so that I can leave a lasting mark.
And I leave a lasting mark.
I thought
and after the first one, I thought if 6 to 25
when it hit past like 600, 700,
when it hit past like 600, 700,
and now the sites that you don't know it's listed on.
Shocked.
And you know, all these sites that you don't know, you found that one by accident, the one where he's got links to, you don't know how many more are actually out there. There could be hundreds of thousands of people with your sets on their computers. They may not use them, you know, but they have them. That's the thing. They have them. And that, you know, just one time that guy I was seriously thinking about messaging him for you, but just say all pains by. I know you don't need it, but I know you don't need it, but you do. In a way, it's just like, okay, I can do this. I do this more than anybody else in the world. I pat myself on the back. To have just somebody come up and say, "Great job," it just makes you feel that much better about yourself, and and that's what a lot of these people don't realize. Painting a car does not take 5 minutes. Even a simple one from 1968 that's got 3 decals on it, or 4 decals on it.
Yeah,
you might have to sit there for 3 hours making a stupid decal, and then you got to read
3 of those 4 decals.
Right, you sit there and
then you decide. And then you decide, well, I'm going to go ahead and make that champion.
And then you decide, well, I'm going to go ahead and make that champion.
Then you say, I'll make that one too, because I can say I made that.
I'll make that one too, because I can say I made that.
That's what happens, and then it turns into
that's what happens, and then it turns into
a really basic number has a roundel and a number.
A really basic number has a roundel and a number, and it's got 4 contigs,
and you spend 10 hours on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you go
10 hours.
And first off, and before that, you spend
another 10 hours
researching it.
another 10 hours probably researching it to make sure you had.
What really was it?
And you're searching on the internet.
What was it? You know, and sometimes
you can't find a color picture, so you have to go to
you can't find a color picture, so
you have to go to
somebody
that was
or you
involved
actually have to
in the
call somebody that was involved in the
85 racing scene. You know,
85 racing scene.
What goes into these type of things? You know, I look at like
goes into these
type of things.
John, you know, I look at like
the time that we
what he's done, the
going back and forth,
the time that we in going back
on Facebook Messenger about it,
on Facebook Messenger about it.
You know, what takes me. I might give. We might have an hour or a half hour conversation about it.
We might have an hour or a half hour conversation about it.
And he makes 3 different versions.
And he makes 3 different
versions to send to me so that I can say, yep, that's it.
To send to me so that I can say, yep, that's it.
And he spends all that time.
And that's, you know, and he spends all that time.
We may talk about it for a little bit.
A lot of time because we may talk about it for a little bit.
Hours to do what I suggest. You know, and I'm, you know,
yeah, like the elevation has to be dropped a foot here.
I'm never completely happy. And neither is he.
I'm never completely happy, and neither is he.
You know,
and I respect.
You know, because remember, originally he was just going to put.
You know, because remember, originally he was just
get everything up to a better quality graphic. That's where he started.
Right.
He wasn't going to build the track. He wasn't even going to change the track. He was just going to freshen up. He was just so he's going to go in all those MIPs. He was going to change those MIPs to a higher quality MIP.
He was going to change those MIPs to a higher quality MIP.
And that's all he was going to do. And the more we talk,
that's all he was going to do. And the more we talk, the more we talk.
He's done all but that. You know,
he's done all but.
Well, technically, he's taken it. It is from scratch, even though he may use the layout that was there. That's all that he's reusing.
No, he's not using.
He's not.
He's not using it. He's not using it.
I ran a GTP race on it last night.
I ran a GTP race on it last night.
I said I just want to run
late.
Because I had been running those. I ran that Denver.
Because I had been running those.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of it with the GTB bond.
And I enjoyed the hell out of it with the GTB bond.
I enjoyed
and I did enjoy
Charlotte
it.
roll.
I enjoyed
with the GTP
Charlotte roll too.
I don't
with the GTP.
I don't relish the idea of racing those.
I don't
in a
relish
CTS
the idea of racing those in a,
you know,
I don't CTS or a
because it just they're not going to feel good
because it just
they're not. And I thought, okay, maybe I need to make some changes.
And I thought, okay, maybe I need to make some changes.
And I didn't race them the original.
I have to say, Tom, and I didn't race them the original ones. Tom put a little touch on,
and I suspect that he made them very much better.
And I suspect that he made them
really do
very much better.
Because I assume they're going to be really. If I have
because I assume they're going to be really. If I
I'm going to go try a CTS mod
install, and I'm going to go try
what it feels like, and I probably will hate it
and see what it feels like.
And I know that, and Tom was real good because
and I know that, and Tom was real good because. I have
convert tracks to GPS. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with tracks. And I think I suspect it's set up. Maybe something else. But Tom's done it, and he just
maybe something
after the first one when I kept asking questions. Hey, after the first one when I kept asking, he finally sent it to me. So when the Denver Roval came out, he just sent it to me.
So when the Denver
and I appreciate that.
And I appreciate that.
Hey, Tom, thanks for doing this. Hey, I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Thanks for doing this because I enjoyed the heck out of it.
The Denver Roval is cool.
And that Denver,
that's a beautiful track.
I've yet even to fire it up.
It's a beautiful track. It's just
and I love it that when you said when I said NASCAR I run this.
When I said NASCAR I run this.
How many hooks I could put out there? I couldn't believe I caught you.
How many hooks I could put out there?
Well, they're building so many tracks. They're actually there was one time rumors that they need a mountain area track. So
well, yeah, because
there's nothing there.
Well, yeah, because
Continental Divide went 1,000 years ago now, and there was a track north. I don't know that track.
And there was a track north.
I can't remember what it's called. The track for Denver.
I can't remember what it's called.
Denver is a market that should have a racetrack.
It should, and even if it's a crappy cookie cutter, it still needs one.
They could support. Denver could support.
The whole area.
Denver could support.
There's Nebraska's within a couple hours, and there's
and then if you.
Everything's.
I mean, when people are building. I mean, when people are building facilities out in the middle of nowhere,
huge race facilities out in the
middle of nowhere, everybody has to drive to go to it. And granted,
everybody has to drive to go to it.
I think they're within 60 miles or not, maybe 100 miles.
60 miles.
Las Vegas.
I'm
talking about the hidden
of Las Vegas.
Valley.
I'm talking about the hidden.
Hidden Valley or something like that. But it's a huge race facility.
Something like that. But it's a
tracks
huge race facility.
What size track do you need?
8 tracks.
And they got all this stuff and they put it out there.
And they got all this stuff and they put it out there.
They're within a certain, and I think they put it out there so they were trying to attract.
And I think they put it out there so they were trying to attract some California people.
It's drivable. I'm gonna go
because it's it's drivable. I'm gonna go.
I think when the B Sedan Club goes out there,
I think when the B Sedan Club goes out there, the old
B Sedans go out there again. I love that race.
B Sedans go out there again. I love that race.
And I love the sound of those little four bangers spin.
I love the sound of those little four bangers.
I love that, and they race.
I love that, and they race. So you can do 510 mini alphas and
all those guys are
and the minis and all those guys are
Martinez. They're all out there running their butts off.
They're all out there running their
and they're so casual.
I love that.
And I'll go there for that.
Casual.
I'll go there. I doubt I have to pay $10. I probably don't even have to.
I doubt I have to
just to go.
I probably don't even have to.
Just tell them who you are.
To go. And those
the B Sedan, those guys, these vintage.
I mean, I hate them because I'm looking for. I mean, I hate them because I'm looking for
vintage
pictures of real cars anymore.
The pictures are coming up more of them. And it's like, that's not exactly accurate. They're not always 100%.
That's not exactly.
They didn't have that logo.
They're not always
100%. So
they've kind of that logo there. They've kind of new one, So they've kind of
gone from being totally 100% authentic.
From being
the cars
totally 100% authentic.
They sneak.
The cars are
decal on here, sneak decal on there,
and decal on here, and
that's cool. But the fact that they're running the cars is cool. But just tremendous.
The fact that they're running the cars.
Unfortunately, I had this back surgery. I was going to go to the.
Unfortunately, I had this back surgery. I was going to go to the
Porsche reunion.
Rinsport.
Laguna Seca, and I'm seeing all the pictures, and it's just making me want to cry.
And I'm seeing all the pictures, and it's just making me
weekend before last.
Weekend,
and it's like all the Can-Am Porsches were there,
and it's
the
like
930,
the
Sunoco 930, the 930, the Sunoco 930 drove
91730 that Donahue
George Foreman actually drove his 917.
George Foreman actually drove his 91710.
L&M car, God. And they show all these pictures are pouring in now,
And they show all these pictures are pouring in now, that people are there on Facebook and
cry. But I would drive.
But I would drive
to watch those.
Oh yeah,
150, 200 miles to watch those.
And I was planning on it.
I was planning on it.
I think next week
we have something coming up. I think it might be
ducks in a row.
Yeah,
somewhere. It might be Sonoma.
It might be Sonoma.
Anyway, how long have you been on now?
2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm about ready to end this whole thing.
Okay, is this the record?
Pretty damn near close. So we've been 2 hours 18, 2 hours 20. But yeah, we're pretty damn close. Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
I'm the Tigg.
All right.
My guest, of course, today has been Dave from NRT, and of course High Bank. No Daltona today, he must be busy, but we thank the guys for coming by, stopping by today. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, let you know when I'm going to be live again. Like I said, I'm going to try to do more live. And of course, hit the like button there, and if you really want to be a nice person and support me, there's those links too. Thanks for watching. I am the Tigg. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Who smoked?